She texted me while I was pouring coffee. No warning, no argument, no tremor in the air before the blow. I want a divorce. All communication through my lawyer. My fingers tightened around the mug. Steam curled upward. It smelled calm. It felt like betrayal. I didn't reply with questions, or pain, or confusion. Just one word, understood. And then I canceled her cards, her trip, her access, everything she believed she controlled. Control. Funny how quiet it feels when you take it back. 24 hours later, her lawyer called 9 times. I didn't answer. Silence is violent when used correctly. Her world was collapsing. Mine was already ashes. Because betrayal never begins with a text. It begins in whispers you pretend you didn't hear, changes you ignore, distance you justify. Her text was just the signature at the bottom of a lie that started months ago. And I remembered the exact moment the truth started breathing. It was a Tuesday night. Ordinary, the kind of night love once lived in. She came home late. Hair perfect. Perfume unfamiliar. Smile practiced. She kissed my cheek without touching me. Eyes somewhere else. Heart already gone. Then her phone buzzed. She flinched. It was small, barely noticeable. But betrayal never screams at first. It whispers. "Long day?" I asked. She nodded too quickly, avoided my eyes, went straight to the shower. Hot water. Too hot, as if it could burn guilt off skin. I stared at her phone on the counter, face down. Love trusts. Survival investigates. I didn't touch it. Not then. Desperation smells loud, and I refused to look desperate. But that night I stared at the ceiling, and the ceiling stared back. I counted her breaths, measured her distance inch by inch. When someone you love betrays you, silence becomes a blade. I moved quietly, methodically. Phone records, cloud access, location logs, patterns of absence disguised as errands, receipts for dinners I never tasted, hotels I never entered, her laughter on recordings she forgot existed. Not the laugh she gave me, a new one, sharpened by thrill, softened by sin. Then came the detail you only see when you stop hoping. She dressed differently on work trips, effort where there used to be comfort, lingerie tags in drawers she never wore for me. Truth doesn't arrive as a scream, it arrives as a quiet nod. I ordered a DNA test, not because I doubted my son, but because betrayal spreads like disease. Unchecked, it consumes everything. And then I waited, still, calm, the kind of calm that frightens angels. I smiled at her, cooked dinner, held her when she pretended to cry about stress. I wasn't her husband anymore. I was her mirror, and she hated mirrors. The results came on a Thursday morning. Inbox, unassuming, cold science in PDF form. My hands didn't shake. My heart didn't scream. The test was clear. He was mine, the only innocent piece of this wreckage. But her loyalty? Shattered, undeniable. I printed the documents, placed them on the dining table, next to her favorite flowers, white lilies, a funeral arrangement disguised as calm. She walked in at 6:14 p.m., perfume heavy, eyes bright with someone else's attention. "Everything okay?" she asked. I pushed the papers toward her, silently. She read the evidence, color drained, breath stuttered, hands trembled. I just watched, detached, observing a stranger mourn the life she burned. "Say something," she whispered. I did. "I know." Nothing more. Power doesn't raise its voice. She broke before my eyes, begged without words, tears pushing makeup into rivers. I felt nothing. Emptiness is its own kind of justice. Then came her text the next morning, her desperate attempt to reclaim the narrative. "I want a divorce, all communication through my lawyer." She thought she struck first. But I had already buried the relationship in my heart long before she typed those words. So I replied, understood, and ended everything she relied on. Quietly, legally, effortlessly. 24 hours later, her lawyer's calls flooded in. Urgent, panicked, unprepared. Money, security, comfort, gone. My silence? A weapon she never saw coming. People think revenge is loud, explosive, shouted. They're wrong. Revenge is quiet. It's the calm acceptance of truth, the refusal to bleed for someone who stabbed you first. She thought love made her untouchable. She misunderstood. Love made me patient. Betrayal made me precise. Now, when I look at her name on my phone, there's no anger, no grief, just absence. The kind that feels like freedom.